On Fiverr, there are different seller levels, and when you first start out, you are a no-level seller. And as you keep on working on Fiverr for a long period of time, and by achieving predefined milestones by Fiverr, you escalate through the different seller levels. As you keep on progressing, you become a level 1 seller and then a level 2 seller, and the highest seller level that you can achieve on Fiverr as of now is a top-rated seller. And to become a top-rated seller, one of the toughest milestones that you have to achieve is to earn 20,000 US dollars, which is around 15 lakh Indian rupees. And moreover, you also have to maintain a 5-star rating and your response rate. And not only that, Fiverr takes 20% of your earnings as service tax, and the milestone of earning $20,000 is after Fiverr takes their cut. So in reality, you have to provide $25,000 worth of services in order to achieve this milestone. So you can understand these are insanely hard to achieve and also to maintain all your ratings on an international marketplace like Fiverr, where there is so much of competition. I've been working on Fiverr as a video editor since last maybe 2 years, and in the last 1 year, I have seen extreme growth on Fiverr. And on February of this year, I have become a top-rated seller. That means I have already earned more than $20,000, or in other words, more than 15 lakh Indian rupees, and also have been able to maintain all my ratings throughout the year. My actual earning from Fiverr alone is way more than that, but I'm not making this video to brag about that. My only intention of making this video is to share a few tips with you to help you grow your Fiverr business to the next level, and to tell you that in today's day and age, it is very much possible to work from home on an online platform like Fiverr or Upwork and have a living. For that matter, let me tell you that I also work on Upwork, and I've also been a top-rated seller on Upwork as well, and I have earned more than Fiverr on Upwork with fewer clients. But to maintain the top-rated badge on Upwork is a bit tougher than on Fiverr. And at this moment, I'm not that regular on Upwork because it requires much more work than Fiverr, but the quality of clients are also better in Upwork. And in Fiverr also, these seller badges are temporary, and if I fail to maintain my ratings, then I'll be demoted to a lower level. But that doesn't mean I didn't earn the money. So if you have just started out on Fiverr and haven't received any sale yet, or you are doing it for some time and now you want to take your Fiverr business to the next level, then in this video, I'll share with you 7 killer tips that will skyrocket your Fiverr profile and in turn will definitely increase your earnings. Each one of these tips are correlated and I wouldn't recommend you to miss any of these. So if you want to see massive growth on Fiverr, then definitely watch this video till the end. On Fiverr, anyone can offer a digital service and earn money online by working from home. Any service you can think of that you can provide digitally, you can offer that on Fiverr as a gig. A gig is kind of a product. You package your services as a gig and try to sell it on Fiverr. Whenever a client is searching for a particular service, all the sellers who are providing relevant services, their gigs will be shown in the client's search results. And then the client can decide which gig to purchase and which seller to go with. So you have to work really hard to make your gig stand out. So my first tip is to optimize your gig. To optimize your gig, one of the most important thing to do is to do proper SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. Although this is not a dedicated SEO tutorial, but let me quickly explain to you what it is. So whenever a client is searching for a particular service which you provide, you want your gig to be found out by the client's search query. So in order to ensure that, you need to clearly mention the services you provide on your gig title, thumbnail, description, etc. If they don't find your gig, then you can't make a sale. So SEO is the most basic thing that you have to learn and apply to your gig in order to generate sales on Fiverr. But SEO is not the only thing that matters. Once a potential client finds your gig and is interested in your service, they will open up your gig and see the gig description. You need to write your gig description properly. I have seen so many people write only about the things they have achieved and done previously, and that is good, but you need to think from a client's perspective, because the client is not interested in you and what you have done so far, and they're more interested in knowing that if you can provide them the solution they're looking for. So I'll recommend you to not waste too much time on what you have achieved, what are your degrees, with which clients you have worked previously, etc. Keep all these things at the minimum, and instead of that, clearly mention what to expect from your gig, what is your workflow, and what you will do to their project once you get that, and how you can solve their problem. Don't write something like, "Please hire me, I'm the best," or don't overpromise like, "I'll edit a 2-hour feature film within 24 hours. You get my point. So don't beg or sound like you are in need of work. Set all the expectations clearly. Even if you're just starting out and not getting any sale, I'll recommend you to keep your description as professional as possible. Remember that you may be a new seller on Fiverr, but you are not new to your craft. So state that clearly in your description. My next step would be to use a video intro. One of the most critical objections any client has is trust, and one of the best ways to build trust online is by showing your face and your work instead of writing about it. So I would highly recommend you to create a video intro and use that as your gig thumbnail. That will already set you apart from all the other sellers. I have seen 10 times better engagement after adding a video intro to my profile. Have a look at my Fiverr Gig video to have an idea. My name is Shwadi Mondal. I'm a colorist from India having more than 7 years of experience working in the Vinci Resolve. From making your skin look absolutely flawless on videos to denoising footage that you thought to be completely unusable to making average footage look good and good footage look stunning, I love playing with the footage until it looks perfect. I'm looking forward to give your short films, music videos, commercials or even feature films the Hollywood level cinematic look it deserves. Feel free to send me a short clip to get a quick sample grade from me. That way both of us can get on the same page before spending any time or money for no good. So if you're looking for a hassle-free, high quality and premium color grading service, then send me a message right now. My next step would be to use 3-tier pricing. You have to price your gigs really smart, otherwise you won't get any sale. And don't think of it as just a sale. You have to think about the whole sales process, starting from getting the order, from delivering a high quality work, and then getting a 5-star rating along with a positive review. One of the way to ensure that is not to overpromise and to price your packages really good. So to properly price your services, look at other sellers' profiles and see at which price point they're selling the same service that you offer. Analyze their pricing structure. Especially check out the ones who are getting a lot of sales. If that pricing model is working for them, then it should work for you as well. On 3-tier pricing model, the cheapest one is to attract new buyers, the middle one should be the most value for money, and the third one should be so ridiculously expensive, so the middle one should look much more alluring and should offer the most value for money. So the cheap one should have so many limitations that it shouldn't provide any such value, and the most expensive one should look overpriced. So the middle one will look very well balanced and it will help the buyer to take a decision. You will see these pricing models everywhere. These are the basics, and also have a broad range of pricing so that you can give custom offers to some of your customers tailored to their specific budget and needs. And if all your pricing are on the cheaper side, then you can't charge more. And don't be scared to charge more. Sometimes people associate higher pricing with higher quality, and they may prefer the most expensive one when looking for quality service. But you also have to make sure that you can provide them a good enough service to justify the pricing. So keep all these things in mind and spend a lot of time optimizing your pricing structure and what to offer on each package. It will ensure some positive reviews. My next tip is towards absolute beginners, and I'll advise you to be very patient and respond to buyers' requests regularly. So if you are an absolute beginner on Fiverr, then the best thing after optimizing your gig would be to respond to buyers' requests on a regular basis. Responding to buyers' requests and sending them proposal is an art in itself, and you have to learn that as well. But as a starter, I would advise you not to send them copy-pasted generic proposals that you send to all the clients. Instead of doing that, read their request properly, take some time to analyze that and see if you can really provide them a solution, and then send them a customized proposal explaining how you can solve their problem. Another great trick is to offer them a free sample on their requirements. That will set you apart, and if they like your sample, then they will definitely contact you for the full job. So that's a golden tip. Always offer free samples. Everyone likes the word free, but nothing is ever free. My next tip for you is a really important one, and it is to treat your Fiverr business as a real business. Now this will determine if you are going to remain as a small seller on Fiverr or you will see massive growth. See, Fiverr is an international marketplace where you will find cheap buyers as well as big companies looking for freelancers. So there are definitely huge opportunities for you. When I first started out, I used to work on really big projects for very less payments. But once I increased my pricing, I lost a lot of cheap buyers, but whenever I got a sale, it was from a serious buyer. So if you make 10 sales for $5, then you will have to work on 10 different projects and you will end up making $50. But if you work on one $50 project, then you will earn the same amount of money for very less work. And moreover, cheap buyers are usually unprofessional and you will have a hard time dealing with them. And once you start treating your online Fiverr business as a real business, you will start to get real good clients. And to do that, you need to improve your communication skills, negotiation skills, and confidence. You also need to know how real businesses work. So I'll recommend you to read 2 very famous books if you haven't already, one of which is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Both of these are highly popular among entrepreneurs. So if you haven't read these books already, I'll highly recommend you to read them as soon as possible. I'll leave the links to both these books in the video description below. So focus on providing peace of mind to your clients and they will pay you extra for that. Also be aware of all the updated Fiverr guidelines because it is very easy for you to get banned, especially when you are starting out. Do not use words like pay, email, or use the @ symbol in the Fiverr chat box. These are not allowed. Try to also maintain your response rate, reply to clients' messages as soon as possible. Failing to do so will definitely impact your profile in a negative way. So anyway, choose your clients carefully, be respectful, honest, communicative, deliver everything properly and on time, but never tolerate misbehavior. Remember, you are a freelancer and not someone's employee. Now, there are two strategies that you can take to grow on Fiverr. Either you can create multiple gigs of your services and try to come up on search results as much as possible. If any one of your gigs gets ranked, then that will increase the chance of getting a sale. It may be really helpful when someone sees your profile multiple times. But one downside of this strategy is you will get orders on different gigs and the reviews will be scattered. Instead of doing that, I focused on one single gig and made it my hero gig. At first, I used to provide a lot of different services like video editing, photo editing, color grading, etc. But then I realized if I focus on one single niche, that will build my authority. So since last 1 year, I'm only focusing on color grading and I'm providing only one service through a single gig. And I think color grading is my strongest point. And this is also a high income skill compared to generic video editing. Nowadays, there are a lot of different apps to edit videos and most of the clients are editing their videos themselves and there is also a lot of competition in the video editing field. But color grading is a high income skill because not everyone is good at it. Since last 1 year, I'm only providing color grading services and that has made me the most amount of money. This gig has become my bestseller and all my reviews are under this same gig. So whenever someone is looking for color grading service, if they see my profile, they know that I'm an expert on this field because I don't provide million other services. So if you're just starting out, it may be better for you to create multiple gigs to enhance the possibility of appearing on a particular search result. But with all your gigs, try to provide only 1 or 2 related services. Providing various unrelated services will get you nowhere. My last and most important tip for you is to recommend you to up your skills and charge more. You have to be really good at your skill and only then you can think of earning more. You have to be absolutely irreplaceable at what you do. If your work is average and anyone can do what you are doing, then you can easily be replaced and you will always have to work for less money. No matter if you are at a job or doing a business, this is an ultimate truth. Skill is the most valuable asset you have in your freelancing career. For me, it's color grading. I know I can make average footage look good and good footage look stunning through my skills. And that is why I charge a lot doing that. And I also get clients who are happily paying me that amount of money. Now if you search color grading services on Fiverr, you can see there are more than 1700 gigs, but only 9 top rated sellers, including me. So you have to be really good at what you do in order to claim such amount of money and also be able to provide satisfactory results. And that is why I use and promote Skillshare. Skillshare has high quality step-by-step video courses on any creative skill that you want to develop. All the teachers are so knowledgeable and the best thing about Skillshare is with just a single subscription, you get access to their entire library. I myself is a premium member of Skillshare and I'll highly recommend you to check out Skillshare as well. There is a link to join Skillshare in the video description below. If you join through that link, you will get a free trial of Skillshare and during this free trial, you can take any lesson you want. And if you like their service, then you can continue, which I definitely recommend. So make sure to use my affiliated link in the video description below to get the free trial of Skillshare. So make sure to invest on learning and developing your skills as much as possible. Use platforms like Skillshare to constantly be on the top of your game. And if you want to learn how to start earning money with Fiverr without having any skills and by leveraging some other tactics, then you may check out my video on Envato Elements. Here I have discussed how you can use pre-built templates and customize them to your client's needs and sell them on Fiverr. So definitely check that out. That was it for today guys. I'll see you in the next video.